Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. Well, today's the day. We're going to put the chain on the timber bear and take it out in the backyard and see if I can cut some wood with it. Got a little fiddling to do with it, make sure everything works right. It's probably going to take some adjustment before everything's going good, but hopefully we'll be cutting wood this morning. Oh, that's so much easier to get off there when it's clean. That was a fight to get it off the first time. Everything still looks fine in here. All the bits and pieces are still there. Chain adjusters on it. Now, because I just spent a lot of time sharpening that chain, I'm going to put on a pair of gloves just so I don't nick my fingers up. Now, I'm sure that somebody that's more proficient at this than I am would have no trouble at all putting that chain on without cutting their fingers. Maybe I'm not that proficient. Now, this little chain guide here had gotten bent, so I straightened it out, and I think I might have flattened it a bit too much. There, now it looks more like the other one, because that's got to clear the chain. I could see that because the chain comes back this way towards the saw on the bottom of the blade, that edge had gotten caught on the tooth. Don't want that to happen. There. Now the other thing that had happened is that got bent too. So I'm going to take off this little piece here. I'll straighten that out too. Because while you're fixing it, you got to fix everything on it. No point doing half measures. Now, that's supposed to be a straight 90-degree bend there. That's supposed to just come right up, flip up straight. So let's see if I can straighten this without breaking it. A little kink right there. Now my first thought would be to set it on the little face here and use it like an anvil. Not a good plan. They should have never put that little anvil looking thing on the back of the vise. I think they did it because if they left it just the thin casting, first time somebody used a flat spot, which everybody does, they would have broken the vise. But even with that anvil face on there, it's not strong enough to take the kind of abuse that people expect an anvil to be able to handle. There. Now we got it square. Looks fairly straight. Let's make sure I haven't taken out a bend that needs to be in there. I'm gonna have to get a new gas cap. Can't have the saw leaking gas on every surface when I flip the thing over. I have to make sure I get the chain on right too. I want to have the bottom teeth pointing towards the saw. Get it engaged on the front, on the pilot. That sprocket out there. Hook it up into the bar. Doesn't need it, but this dry lube works really good, and that way when I'm testing this thing before I make sure that the oiler's working, I won't be burning up the chain. It'll have some lube on it. Okay, one more thing to do. As you've noticed, the starter cord is a little loose. I made the cord too long. When I added the 3 inches into the cord, it was too much. Yeah, that should hold it. Now, because I got so many gasoline fumes, I'm going to wait till I get outside before I melt the end of that rope. I don't want to light a match down here and have something take off and flash on me. Okay. Well, we're ready to go out and try it. Get that up and away from the gas cap, the leaking gas cap. And just melt the ends of that rope together. There. Now it won't fray out. Answered 2 questions. 1, it'll definitely cut this mulberry. Walked right through it, just no problem at all. Now, mulberry's got a lot of silicate in it. I'm gonna have to sharpen the chain after I probably make a pass down through this thing. But I'm pretty sure that I can cut a plank out of this and have a good board, because this isn't all eaten up with worms. I figured after it's sat there for that long, it was going to be nothing but bugs. So I'll be able to cut a piece of mulberry. All they did is eat up the sapwood. They didn't get down into the heartwood at all. So we'll make some slabs out of some mulberry or Osage orange or whatever it happens to be. See where we go from there. Well, it's been an interesting experience fixing up the Mack Timber Bear. A lot of work, kind of tedious and fussy, but the time spent is well worth it. It ran great, started up easy, no real problems with it. Cuts like a bear. I mean, really. The only thing I would say is they were right. It is heavy. Now for bucking, not so much a problem, but if I had to carry that out into the woods, I'd probably want a hand cart, because that and a gas can and a bar oil and extra chain and anything you might need for a day's worth of logging, I'd be beat by the end of the day. So if you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop it out in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching. And I'm going to need to get some bucking teeth for it too. It went right through, but if I'd had bucking teeth, I could have levered that down through there a lot quicker, because it wasn't stalling at all. I was pushing out as hard as I could. It wasn't stalling at all. This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the US or 16 in the European Union, without the express written permission of the parents or legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.